What's that? If you guys want to, I don't care. Alrighty guys, it's Mr. Zoom. I'm back with a new video for this year, first video this year I believe. On a I'm not sure what year this is, I can't remember. I'll put it up on the screen. It's a 1100 European Pan. Adventure touring, sport touring machine. Alright. Let's get Alrighty guys, what is going on today? It is Mr. Zoom and I'm back with the first video of 2018. A lot of you guys probably didn't think I was going to return. I'm sorry about the noise for the camera if it sounds a little weird from this hitting my helmet. Apologize, but that's just what it is when you have a full face helmet and that happens. I would leave the visor open, but I'm afraid that makes the audio sound worse, so we're not going to do that. So before I start this video of talking about this motorcycle right here that I'm riding, I just want to say thank you guys for 2,000. Thank you guys for 200 subscribers. I will be doing a giveaway here pretty soon since I hit 2,000 sub-rub scrubs. And if you're new here, make sure you smack that like button and subscribe because I'm going to be doing a bunch more reviews this year and a bunch of other stuff. So thank you guys for all the support. You guys have been pretty good, even though I haven't been posting in, like, I don't think I posted a Motovlog in, like, I'm not even sure, probably like 6 months. So yeah, this is pretty cool how you guys kept going on some of the other videos and stuff. Got some new gloves, the Alpha Star SMX 7s or something like that. I don't know what the heck they're called. I'm not glove smart. I can sit here and act like I'm naming stuff. I'm not glove smart, but anyways, this is a I wish I could tell you the year. I cannot remember what year this thing is. It is a 1100 European Pan. It is a sport touring motorcycle, and if you guys are gonna hear the fan kicking on right now, the fan stays on all the time on this machine for right now because it needs a new sensor thing on the radiator for when it gets hot. So the fan just runs for right now. It runs at all times, so the bike stays cool on the temperature gauge there. So this bike is very long geared and probably the fastest motorcycle I've ever been on in my entire life. And it is the most, also, as of being the fastest bike I've ever been on, it is also the most comfortable riding motorcycle I've ever been on as well. And it leans so nice. I love this motorcycle right here. I actually like this more than my bikes. This is my most favorite motorcycle I've ever been on in my entire life. It is big. It doesn't feel big though, especially when you're moving. I mean, you can tell it's a big motorcycle when you sit on it. It doesn't look as big as it is, but yeah, it is pretty cool. I've never seen the mirrors like that into the fairing, so that's, I know the Gold Wings and stuff have it, but I rode one Gold Wing in my life, and I didn't ride it very long because, well, I didn't like it. Let's just be honest. I'll just be honest with you guys. I just did not like the Gold Wing. It was not my finesse, not my jam. I'm not a fan of the Gold Wing. It's too big for me, stopping and going all the time, and it's too much. So I think this bike is the all-around, whatever you want to do machine. It's big, it's comfortable, it's reliable, it's a cool looking bike. It's definitely different. It gets a lot of looks because people don't know what it is. It's a very fast motorcycle, so if someone pulls up next to you and wants to race, you know, you can beat them more than likely. It's great on fuel. I read online like 300 miles to the tank or something like that. It's like crazy gas mileage because it's one of like the sport touring machines, so that's pretty cool. And It does have a clock, which I like that. It has clock, gas gauge, temperature gauge, rev limiter, RPM gauge, whatever you want to call it, speedometer as well. It does have like a car. It's so cool because this is like a car. It has like it has a V4 motor on it, just like a car. It's absolutely crazy. The engine looks just like a little car engine. It looks like something that they took out of the Honda Civic and just put on this machine. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And this bike also has the longest gears. I've never ridden a bike with longer gears than this thing. It is absolutely ridiculous how fast this thing is and how long the gears are. First gear is so long. Like most riders, if you guys rode motorcycles before, and you're gonna know what I mean by this. Most motorcycles, you can, when you come to a turn, when you come to turn at like a stop sign or something, you can turn in second gear. This bike actually bogs down if you try to turn in second gear. If you're turning like uptown or something, you have to be, the first gear is so long in this thing that you have to be in first gear to turn. Like if I'm turning on this road that's coming up to the left up here, I have to shift to first gear just to turn, because like if I was going to turn here, I'd have to slow down and hit it in first gear, turn there in first gear, because the bike bogs down in second gear. That's how long first gear is. Normal first gear is like from here to here. This first gear is like from here to there. So first gear is basically first and second on a normal bike, like my bike. And second gear is long. You can do, I'm in third gear right now and I'm doing 55 miles an hour. Rev RPM is 3,000 right now. So, and that's just cruising speed for this thing. It's absolutely crazy how comfortable this is. When you first sit on this thing, you think, oh man, it's kind of a little awkward. But once you get used to this thing, man, it is so nice. I love the collar. Look, we got some ATVs up there, or a bush. I can't tell from as far as I am. And I mean, you can tell that it's heavy a little bit when you are sitting still, which is a little heavy. But when you're riding it, man, I mean, this thing just feels like a dirt bike. But obviously, you know it's not a dirt bike because that was third gear. I'm pretty sure it was third gear. It might have been fourth gear. That was 95 miles an hour right there. And that didn't even feel like 95. Or it might be 85. I think it was 95 though. So that was pretty fast. It's got the saddlebags on the back, as you see in the beginning of the video, where I put my phone and stuff in there. I like that. It has plenty of room for the passenger as well. Foot pegs are regular foot pegs. They're not the flat foot pegs or the floorboard foot peg thingies. So there's regular foot pegs. It does remind you of a crotch rocket when you sit on it, because it's kind of leaned forward a little bit, but it's almost in a leaning forward way to where it's relaxing. It's relaxing enough. Now, I have never been on a crotch rocket actually riding it, but a sport bike, whatever you want to call it. But this is definitely not it. This is kind of a cross between, it's a dirt bike, but it's also a sport bike, and it's also a cruiser, all combined into one. That's what the sport touring is. It's kind of like the adventure bike, but it's a sport bike. So instead of being an adventure bike, it's a sport bike that's an adventure bike, so it makes it faster, obviously. It has the word sport in it. It's got to be a pretty fast, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, they still make these models. I think this is like a 2005, 2004. I'm not 100% sure actually, so I feel so bad that I don't know. I don't know what year this is. I think it's a 2004, I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'll put it up in the video, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. But this thing is so fast. That was 95 back there, and I think third gear. So I did shift to fourth, but didn't need to. I didn't even come close to redlining, but like I said, I'm not trying to speed test this bad boy, really. I'm just kind of going with the flow. Look how easy this thing, like legit. That's 55 miles an hour right there, or 65, excuse me. 65 miles an hour, and I am in third gear, and I don't even feel like I'm going 65. Like, I could be at 85 on this thing cruising, thinking I'm at 50, and I'm not even close to 50 miles an hour. So that is pretty cool. And this is a great looking motorcycle. I love the way this thing looks. This is so good. It takes these corners so nice. This corner usually has a lot of rocks in it. I just see it. I should have shifted down there, but ooh, big bump. That wasn't too bad. The shocks on this thing are so nice that you feel nothing. Like, you literally feel like you're on a dirt bike because you don't feel anything. That's like legit. Like, on my Magna, I feel every single bump. Like, everything sucks a little bit. Especially, I think my rear shocks need to be changed or something because they kind of suck. But on this thing, you don't hardly feel any of the bumps. So it's very nice. I'm doing 65 right now, and I'm telling you guys, it does not feel like I'm doing 65 right now. I feel like I'm doing way faster. I like these mirrors. They're the biggest mirrors I've ever seen on a motorcycle. Or at least, maybe not I've ever seen, but they're definitely the biggest mirrors I've ever rode on. So, like, biggest mirrors on a motorcycle that I've ever rode on. So, and I like them. They're so freaking huge. Like, I can see everything behind me. I don't even have to think twice about what's behind me. Just look there and it's there. And they're so convenient where they're at. Like, I can, when I first seen this bike, and I was like, those mirrors are weird. Now that I'm out here and looking at this thing, I like those mirrors. Like, those are nice mirrors. I hope when I'm recording, I didn't even hear the little lady say, recording started. I didn't even hear her. I'm not sure exactly how much this bike weighs. Like I said, I didn't do a bunch of research. I kind of just jumped on it, and I was like, oh, here we go. So, I mean, that's kind of my own fault, but I'm not going to be able to educate you guys on exactly what this machine is, but obviously I shifted a second there just to keep her low RPMs because, you know, we're just cruising. We're just cruising. This thing is fast, though. I've never got it up to a bunch of speed, but what is this guy doing standing in the middle of the road? He's looking at his cows. He's observing his cows. How you going, buddy? He's observing his mules. But I like this thing. Starter bike. This is not a starter bike. I'll tell you that right now. If you guys want something like this, I'm sorry if you keep seeing me open my visor and shutting it. I'm a little hot, but I can't open my visor because I feel like you can't hear me. So this is not a starter bike in anything, any shape or way or form, I don't believe. It's too big, it's too heavy, it's definitely got too much power for someone that's trying to learn how to ride. And most importantly, it's just too heavy. I think my dad is 5'9", and he can't touch the ground. He has to tippy toe on one toe, or both toes, I can't remember. He has to tippy toe this thing. So it's definitely for a taller rider. This guy turning here, what is he doing? Alright. It's definitely for a taller rider. I'm 6'2", and I can flat foot it on both sides. I think he can adjust the shocks, which is something he's going to be doing, but I'm going to turn around here so you guys can see this beautiful machine. Turning radius on this thing is pretty good, actually. It's actually really good turning radius. So, oh shit, where's the pig? Oh. Do a little walk around right here. It's pretty nice. It's gray, it says ST1100, that's what it is. Got the big car engine on it. It's pretty cool. You can hear the fan running because, like I said, you gotta get that thingy. It's pretty nice. This thing takes the corners so well. So well in the corners, man. So well. Just lean that baby. That's 75 miles an hour. I does not feel like 75, man. I feel like I don't need this bike. I don't need to ride this thing because I feel like 50. This is 55. You're not going to be able to see it on camera. This doesn't feel like 55. This feels so much slower. Like, this thing is made for speed. This is made for the highway, obviously. It's a sport touring. It's made for the interstates. So it's made to do that 85 miles an hour speed limit like nothing. And you can tell it because it just wants to get to 75 or 85 miles an hour. It just wants to get there. And when you're not going there, it's like, why are we not going there? You find yourself going there when you don't really want to go there. I will open it up here on this road. I think this road, I haven't been down this road in a while either, but I'll open her up a little bit. Once again. Alright, second gear is pull gear. Let's do it. That's 65 in second gear, and I wasn't even open. I was like 6,000 RPMs. 85 right there. It's 105 in fourth gear. Holy crap. 115 right there. This bike has so much to give, dude. I wasn't even in the last gear. Are you kidding me? Wow. This thing is fast as hell. This thing is so fast. I was 115 and I wasn't even getting on it hard. I was just kind of like accelerating a little bit. Shift, accelerate a little bit. This thing is crazy. Like I said, this is not a beginner's motorcycle right here. I think there's a road here. This is not a beginner's motorcycle. This thing is so fast. This thing is so fast. We're going to try second gear turn here. You can do it. Oh, wait, is that first? No. Yeah, it's first. Fuck. I thought that was first. This thing is so fast. I was doing 65 and... Was it first or second? I don't even know what freaking gear I was in. I think it was second gear. I was like 65 miles. That's crazy. This bike is crazy. I need to get off this thing before I kill myself. This thing is awesome. I absolutely love this bike, guys. I don't even know. Like, this thing is amazing. I love it so much. This is by far the most fun. My butt isn't even thinking about hurting right now. I am so comfortable. My legs, my arms, my back. I can ride this thing 4 hours, exactly what it was made for. Someone else that doesn't have one of these, if they're on a Harley or anything else, especially a sport bike, you are not. They are going to want to get off. They're going to be like, hey, my ass hurts. I can't do this. We gotta take a break. You're gonna be like, dude, I could go all day. I could go all day. The turn signals are built into the mirrors on the front, so that's pretty. I think they are. I can't remember what the hell I'm talking about. Act like I don't even know. It's so weird shifting into first to turn. I feel so awkward. I have to slow like all the way down because I'm scared. Like, I'm not used to it. It's so weird how long second gear is. Or, excuse me, first gear. Second gear is long too. This is second. It's crazy, man. This thing is so crazy. It's got a car motor on it, basically. You shouldn't have a car motor on a motorcycle. This is ridiculous. And it rides and it sounds so good. It's so quiet. You can't even hear it run, literally, especially when we get the fan thing fixed. If you guys are thinking about getting one of these things, I definitely approve the sport touring adventure machines because this thing is sweet. It's so comfortable. I know most of my reviews are probably like, I love this thing so much. I'm going to get one of those bikes one of these times. I'm just going to ride it. I'm just going to absolutely hate it. And then I'm not going to want to upload the video because I hate the bike so much. It's going to be like, what are you talking about, man? You always love every motorcycle. That's not the truth. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be one that I hate. I have found one that I don't like, which is my Suzuki Bandit, which is actually gone, thank God, but sold it. But, oh man, I hated that bike so much. Every time you rode it, something else broke. It was like, shit, man, I'm done with my life. I'm done with this bike. I'm done with everything. Dirt bike, suspension, and handling. Sport bike motor. your couch in your living room that you get to sit on while you're riding it. That is how this thing is right here. That's the 3 words. If someone asked me 3 words to describe the ST1100, that's exactly what I'd say. Alright guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video today. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more bike reviews, car reviews, radio remote control reviews, and motovlogging. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you guys know anything about this bike that I should know that I don't know, which is probably just about anything. Leave it in the comments if you guys are a specialist. Or let me know what you guys think about this machine. If you would pick one up, if you had the chance to. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed again. This has been another Motovlog with your boy, Mr. Zoom. And I'll see you guys in another video. I'm zooming on out of this beast.